Welcome to the Talk of Life talk show with Elma. And I know you all are so used to my other co-hosts, but they left me again, as always. But Amanda is here with me tonight just to make a very important announcement. So please, you all, think about this announcement that she is about to say. And if you love your man, you want to hear this announcement. I bet they all their ears went, what is she going to say?
Talking about?
I bet you they mind went into the gutter. But anyway, so Amanda is going to give your announcement.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Elma. My name is Amanda Applin, and I am here to represent Commissioner Roy Charles Brooks, who is the Tarrant County Commissioner of Precinct 1. Commissioner Brooks is hosting his 8th annual Healthy Lives Matter prostate cancer screening event. And what's special about this event is that it's virtual this year as it was last year because of the pandemic. Now, what we're wanting to really stress is the importance of prostate cancer knowledge. A man knowing his prostate cancer status, and that's by doing a blood draw, having your prostate checked annually. So you might think, well, I don't necessarily want to go to the doctor to do that. Well, Commissioner Brooks provides an opportunity for men to come out. This year we're doing it online, but for you to schedule an opportunity with LabCorp to have a blood draw, and those blood draws can detect how high your levels are for your prostate. Why is this important? Because when a man starts to exhibit signs with prostate cancer, typically they're in the 3rd or the 4th stage of prostate cancer, which at that point it's a life-saving measure. So if the messaging goes across today that we can help you to just kind of rest in is that early detection is key to saving lives when we're talking about men's health and prostate cancer. So you talked about the women. When Commissioner Brooks started this event years ago, he purposefully scheduled it around Valentine's Day. Because the messaging was, women, bring the men that you love.
That's right.
Sons, husbands, uncles, cousins, brothers, bring them. So this year, we just asked for the men to register online. And you would go to tarrantcounty.com and you would find Commissioner Brooks's page. When you click on that page, you'll see the registration for the prostate cancer event. And then from there, once you register, you'll receive an email with the next steps. The event is this Saturday. It's all virtual. We are here to help you. So if you have an issue with navigating through the web, please feel free to give us a call at our office. And that number is 817-531-5600. Again, 817-531-5600. And I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did, but this is free. And it doesn't matter if you live in Tarrant County, Dallas County, Denton County, Wise County. Our partners with LabCorp have lab places at every location around the Metroplex and beyond. So please, invest in your health.
Thank you, Amanda. Please, women, if you love your man and you want him to stay around here a little bit longer, don't wait till it's too late. I've heard too many stories about prostate cancer, and we wait till the last minute. But this way, you don't have to wait. It's free, it's virtual, you said, and we'll be giving out this information throughout. So thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you for stopping by and sharing that information. A shout out to Commissioner, what's his name?
Roy Charles Brooks.
I like the way he said Roy Charles Brooks. Okay, and you gonna hear his whole name when
That's right.
when he talks. He got to say that Roy Charles Brooks. But thank you. Tell him I said hello.
Absolutely.
And we would love for you to come back. And I'm gonna book you to come back on the show. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So here come our hosts, and I'll see you later. I think I hear the plane coming. I think the jet. Do y'all hear the jet? Oh, they're finally here. My co-hosts are gonna come and be with me. I hear them walking down the hall. Here come Kimberly! Woo! Kimberly, yes. This is Kimberly. Over there. Oh, Lord, A.R. Peter sit in. She don't even know where she's going to be sitting. And here come Tan. All right, Tan. Woo! Okay, and Linda, I think, got jet lag. She's somewhere. She'll be here in a few minutes, okay? All right, so we always start our show out with our scripture by A.R.
Oh, man. I'm not going to add to P because she still got a few million years to go. So we're going to have AAR to come and give us our scripture walk, if she can make it through it. And I'll take me a drink of my Dr. Pepper because I'm going to need it. Where is she? Where's AAR? Oh, she. Become your only priority. Go, girl. Our scripture walk is Philippians 1:6. And we want you to please remember to always start. When you started, you have to finish what you started. That's her number one, only priority. Woo, this girl, I had to bring the doctor on the house, I tell you. But we always have fun on the Talk of Life talk show with Elma. And we bring in awesome guests and everything. And Amanda brought it. Oh, did y'all hear it? I think I hear Linda coming down the hall. All right, here comes Linda. Woo! Here comes Linda, our other co-host. Go drink, and it is Dr. Pepper, only Dr. Pepper. If I had anything stronger, they'll be talking about it.
I'll be right back.
All right, so we're in for a treat tonight.
Yes, hey,
Hi, Dayla.
welcome.
Hi, Marion. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, real
Hello,
quickly,
Helen.
we're going to do our verse tonight, and then we're going to move on. Because we have a treat for you all tonight, okay? And it is in the Old Testament.
Oh, man.
This is our scripture. What does this scripture mean to you, okay? And I had it over here, but you know these
Linda
people just...
meditating. Linda was
Oh,
like,
Linda
she was
meditate
like
on
this.
it.
She would
But anyway, our scripture is Proverbs
Me either.
31:10, and it's in the Old Testament.
Not Proverbs
And it
21.
says, who can find a virtuous woman?
Oh, man, I'm out.
For her worth is for her Kimberly wouldn't even let me finish the scripture because she's not a virtuous woman, I guess. I don't know what Keith, I feel sorry for you, man. But it says a virtuous woman is having or showing high moral standards. She considers herself very virtuous. Kim, you are a virtuous woman.
You are.
You have high moral standards.
That just went on with y'all.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, thank the Lord that you're with us tonight. Let me take another drink from the doctor. Oh, Lord Jesus. I don't know if our special guest is going to want to come on the show tonight. He might be canceling out. Right. Let me check my phone. Did he cancel out? Because he probably saying,
Like, what he done got himself into.
I know he oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so what do you all think? Who can find a virtuous woman in 2022? I'm already found it, baby. I've been a virtuous woman for 2 years.
Did you see how Linda? He almost got gave a whip.
My husband will say, we'll be married 40 years this year, y'all. Y'all give me a hand. I've been married 40 years. I got married when I was 20-something. And still look good. He still smiling, baby. He out there working buying me some more wigs, praise God. Because he says I'm a good, virtuous woman when God came in life and changed me. Lord, he's so happy now that God came into my life and made me a virtuous woman. Okay, give me y'all definition, because we got to get Gary on here.
Oh my goodness, I can't even say nothing right now.
I can't even tap.
Well, y'all already know. Okay, come on, mother. Mother, she gonna get.
Don't you add nothing to that mother.
Mother always said, "Don't you add nothing to that, mother." I don't ever. I really wish she would explain that to me. Because
No.
I'm always saying mother, but she always said, "Don't add nothing." You come from a country town, you don't know what that means. So come on. Okay, mother, what do you say about a virtuous woman? Let me get my Dr. Pepper. I had to call on the doctor, y'all.
As I can remember back, my grandmother and my mother was virtuous women
Okay.
because my grandmother had 16 and 5 died, but she would always, cook, provide for us, and she was there. She would go to church, but just because you go to church don't mean that you saved.
All right.
So, but and and my mom, she has 8 kids and 1 died, but Mama, I think I put it in there when I was saying about when she passed, how she would cook all 7 kids their favorite food.
Ooh.
Like when we come home, she would call ahead of time and say, "Well, what do you want?" And I said, "Mama, you know what I want. I want the liver, the sweet potatoes,
Always eat.
the homemade mac and cheese, and the homemade rolls."
Shoot, that was a meal by itself.
Yeah, but this is 7
I know
different people having different.
She was a virtuous woman.
I mean,
baby.
you
Y'all
know.
would be hamburger helper.
Don't be talking about my fresh food I cook. Don't be doing that.
Anyway, no, she didn't make no hamburger helper.
They
It was
probably
called-
didn't have
But-
hamburger helper back then.
But to me, that was a virtuous woman because, and then she would read the Bible to us and tell us right from wrong, you know. And
Did it help any?
Somewhat it did. Because you know there's the scriptures that said, "Train up the child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it."
When they get AARP.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's not even that one, but we was reared correctly. We was poor, but she
Didn't
made
nobody
it.
know it,
She
did
made life so exciting that we didn't know we was poor. You know, she would do different things, and she would play with us, and she would do this and that with us, and we'd go to church, and then if we pretend like we was sick on a Sunday morning, and we stayed at home, we couldn't go outside and play after church.
That's
You know, she locked down. She was the type of mama. She would lock us down. But to me, that's what a virtuous woman is. She'll read the scripture, she expound on the scripture,
Okay.
and you know she can sing. So,
Yeah.
and
She
she would
can really
sing,
sing.
and she can pray. I mean, she can bring the house down on her prayer. But yeah, that's what a virtuous woman is. Just take care of the family. And sometimes she took care of the village as well, you know, like cooking for other kids. And I know, Kim.
Y'all keep counting me out. They keep
all
counting me
right.
out.
You
Okay,
know,
we gonna-
you know, but that's what a virtuous woman is. And the most important part is that she trusted and believed in God.
I can do that part.
Okay, you can do that part. Yeah.
All righty. Okay, real quickly next. Y'all have anything to say on that?
Well, I was raised that way, even though I'm still in my 20s, not really. But, you know, I was raised with my grandparents. I think my grandmother was a virtuous woman, and she instilled that in me. Don't get me wrong, I'm from the country. No, I can't throw down in the kitchen like that, but I cook, and I still cater to my husband. I still consider him as, I can't consider because he is the man of the house. And I still do all of that, even though sometimes I'll be like, ooh, I just want to throw something in that food real quick or just starving to death. I know that's wrong.
Medea.
From the book of Medea, she told me to do it. Hallelujah. But you know, I try to always try to cater, even when I'm very ticked off. You know, I try to put that to the side. But you know, when I'm real mad, I'm like, all y'all starving today. So that's the petty virtuous woman versus the virtuous I like the petty one. I'm like,
Oh, Jesus,
I'm not
help me.
cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm
We the
not
petty.
doing nothing. I'll show you. It's like I have that petty side. It's like,
Medea.
yeah.
We
Come on,
petty.
Kim. We got Medea's getting violent up here. Come on, Kimberly.
We
real
the
quick.
petty
no, like
virtuous
Kimberly.
women. I'm with you. I stay on the petty side.
Okay.
I'm virtuous
well,
and petty. Because right here it says,
Oh, she finna go. Come on, what she
right
gonna
here.
find?
That's like a virtuous woman. She practices. Oh, wait a minute. All the virtues she practices are aimed at making her husband's life better. That count me out. Keep me like, what do you do? I said, I'm only supposed to help you. If you're not doing nothing, I ain't supposed to be doing nothing. I'm going to help me. If you're not doing nothing, I ain't supposed to be doing
Okay, we gonna move on that one. Poor Keith, I feel sorry
She
for.
doesn't mean that.
If I was in the world, baby, some Jack Daniel will be in this Dr. Pepper tonight. But since I'm in this show We have a special guest for you all tonight, and I know you all are excited to see and hear our special
Yes.
guest. And I learned that this special guest through Tanisha, friend, that they always arguing on the show.
When you said friend, I
Oh,
almost
yeah, I did too.
Oh,
I
you
was like,
don't consider Rodney as a friend? Oh, well, I'm not getting into that. Rodney, I'm giving a shout out to Rodney. Rodney introduced me to
Shout out.
this man. So,
he's not human, but
okay, we're gonna stand and welcome our guest tonight, Mr. Gary Ivory. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. I tell you. I thought you had left, Gary. Oh, Lord. I tell you. I thought we had ran you away, Gary. I tell you. Okay,
if
Gary
you
said.
stand Rodney, he can stand us.
Rodney
Oh,
introduced
yes,
him
he's
to
Rodney's
us.
If you know
Yeah,
Rodney, then you
Rodney.
can definitely stand us. I'm
Yes.
allergic to him, by the way.
Oh, Lord. Okay, Rodney, we're not gonna even get into that. We gonna,
Rodney
I
on there?
don't know.
Rodney.
Yeah, he'll probably be on in a
He's
few minutes.
hibernating. It's cold.
And anyway, tonight we have Gary with us tonight.
was
And
my
again, like I
inside
said, Rodney was so proud of you, Gary, that he said, I need you to have Gary on the show. And he sent me this long bio about Gary. And he spoke so well. We used to work, Kimberly worked with Gary, with Rodney, at the
Rodney's
workforce.
pretty cool.
I don't remember Rodney because I was at the big house.
Yeah, she was on the sixth floor. She was on the sixth floor.
So tonight, tell us a little bit about you. You brave to be up here with these crazy.
Crazy women.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with the petty side.
Okay, Gary, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, thank you, and thank you again for the invitation. I'm very excited to be here. But again, my name's Gary Ivory. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Texas.
That's where she's from.
I'm from Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant.
Really? Okay.
And I'm from Kildare, Linden, Kildare. Yes.
I know
but
exactly.
I'm from Kildare, Kilwarn, and So you up there from Pittsburgh.
That's right.
I know
So
some
I
islands.
live in Cedar Hill now.
Okay.
All right,
And,
go see the hill.
You know,
Oh, that's a small world.
started off very early in my early years. Was ordained
country, you
and
family.
licensed
I
as
know
a
it.
minister and have worked with young people for many, many years. That's what I
wow.
do on a full-time basis is helping get
What
young people.
age limit are these?
Yeah, there's no real age limit, basically from 5 to 25, because now they've extended youth up to
Yeah.
25 now, so up to 25 years
Cause
old.
these 5-year-olds will cuss you out nowadays. My
I've been
goodness,
in a
they will.
Yeah.
They'll cuss you out. So,
I fit in the 25-year-old.
oh gosh, you can tell she's from up that way. So are you working here in the DFW area with these kids?
Yes, so we have
I'll pat you on
programs,
the back.
Dallas,
I'll pat
Fort
you on the
Worth,
back.
across
Yes.
Texas, 32 states, and do a lot of work in Fort Worth.
32 states.
Yes, so we do a lot of work in Fort Worth with kids who are on probation, and we help them get successful off probation and match them with a paid mentor called an advocate, and do a lot with mental health, with young people with a mental health diagnosis. And so we help to provide therapy and psychiatric and all the other support, whatever they need to successfully deal with their mental health needs.
Because
they have insurance and all this, or how does that?
Well, if they can have insurance, but they don't have to have insurance.
Okay,
They can still get help.
so what is the name of your organization?
It's called Youth Advocate Programs.
Okay, Youth Advocate Program.
And where is it located?
It's headquartered in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and
And how did you get-
I'm here. I'm the president of the nonprofit.
Did you live in Pennsylvania?
No, I didn't. I started with them in New Jersey, actually.
Man, you've
And
been
so I
everywhere.
lived
can't-
across the country.
Okay.
So I worked with them in New Jersey, and then
Okay.
recently, a year ago, had a succession plan. I took over as a president. But we do work internationally as well in Africa, Central America.
Wow.
Wow.
So how do you do evaluation on them? Do you have a building or how do you?
Well, we have a building. We have a building in Southeast Fort Worth.
Okay.
And so we have a building there, but we go to the home. Most of the work we do is in the home. Because what we find is if you can help to a young person and their family, then it's more likely
Yeah.
the change
That's true.
to stick.
That is true.
They let you in the house.
They let us in the house.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, yeah. They let us in the home. They let us in the home. So,
You know,
yes.
we have different program with the workforce that deals with the youth. We have a youth program. I think it's Rise and Shine. Is it still Rise and Shine? And they do, is it 16 through 24, I think. And then I do an IWG meeting where we have, I can't think of this lady's name right now, but she's an advocate for mental health. She works with the kids with probation. We have Job Corps that works with the children as well. So we have a lot of good, but this is nice that you have your own YAP.
YAP. It's called YAP for short. For
Yeah,
youth
yeah,
advocates,
yeah.
yes. Yep, that's it.
That's all I hear in my house is a bunch of yapping. So I do that. This is something that
This
I
is
need
good,
for
though.
Yeah.
one of my children. I'm not going to single that child out, but this is what I pray for a lot of stuff. And then it's like God always provides certain things, because I was just talking about how he needs some help. And it's like sometimes I'm just going to be honest, it's like I get to the point to where I want to give up. Never give up completely on my child, but give up on trying to fight a non-winning battle at the time, especially if he's going through something. I've had a meeting with his teachers because I'm like, I'm going to show these people I care about mine. You know, and if I have, and I don't beat my children, okay, but you know, my thing about it is I'm going to discipline my children, and I see that a lot of discipline, especially physically, doesn't help. Well, it helped me because my grandma, she was kind of strong. But, you know, trying to talk to him and show him that I'm here for you. And I even told him, I said, if it's something that it's, you know, that you don't like about me, I want you to address that with somebody, because I want to be a better mother. I want to be a better, I can't be his friend. I will always just be his mother, but I still can be a listening ear as if he had a friend. He can find all that in me, you know, because I want them to feel comfortable talking to me. And I never want them to think that I'm going to judge them. I'm a supporting person, but we bump heads. Like literally, we've been physical. And I'm like, okay, now I need you to remember I'm from the country. I think he forgot, but he learned that day. But the thing about it is, I need to do whatever it takes for my son to succeed. I don't want to have him locked up. I don't want him dead and not knowing because he wasn't taught. Because like I told the teacher, it starts at home. And then whatever's going on in the classroom, let me know. I'm one of those parents that need you to talk to me. You know, because my son is with you. You're educating my son. I need to know what you're teaching my son. And I do think that a lot of it is getting mixed up with religious stuff, whatever they may be teaching at school. That's not for no one to teach my son religion. It's for me and then for him to find his way. If he want to start practicing whatever, talk to me about it. But I'm still going to worship and obey who I'm supposed to worship and obey. So he struggled with a lot of mental stuff because I see him starting to snap, and I know my children, but I don't know him as well because we don't communicate.
Sound like you need anger management.
He needs a lot of that.
Do y'all deal with that, Gary?
Yes, we
Anger
do.
management?
Yes, we deal a lot with that. And we deal with basically the root cause, the things that are underlying. Usually when you're looking at the behavior, there's something beneath that that's causing that. And we try to go beneath the surface and try to deal with the underlying issue.
So how do you also do cognitive intervention and all that? Okay, so how would a person that even with insurance or without insurance, how would they get in your program?
So how they could do that, if there was a mental need, then they would call 800 number. Then we would then do an assessment, and the state would pick up most of the costs related to that.
Wow.
So it's not a cost because they could look at the child's income, not the parents or the family's income.
Okay, but what if you don't want the state to be involved? Because sometimes the state takes stuff too far.
Yeah.
So what if you don't want the state to be involved? Is there a program or is there something like a financial part where the person can get help without involving the state? Or
regarding mental health, you would have to kind of, at least to get in our program, we call it the Yes Waiver Program, or psychiatric rehab services, that the state would have to be involved. But I could assure you that there wouldn't be any likelihood of you having your child removed
That's
or
what-
any
that's
other
what- yeah.
harmful
Yeah.
things, right?
Right.
And that's what most parents are
Afraid of.
concerned about.
Don't smell at me, mine gone.
Mine is wrong. That's mine's back there. See, that's mine's right there. So that's
We
it.
had to start all over.
Gary has written a book, you all. It's called Unjust. And this is the book called Unjust. And I was reading about this. Gary is an ordained Christian minister.
Awesome.
Hallelujah. All right. He is an executive with a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing alternatives to incarceration and improving outcomes for disadvantaged young people. Not you ain't young, baby. And their family. He also has received his Distinguished Leadership Award for his work. He earned his Bachelor of Art degree from Austin College and a Master of Divinity degree from Princeton Theological Seminary. Wow. Okay, so how long did it take you to write Unjust?
It took on and off about 8 years. The reason is that with my job, it's in several states. I travel a lot, and but once about at 2015, I took it seriously and then just said I was going to finish it. So I finished it last year.
Wow, congratulations.
And let me tell y'all a little bit about it, since I have the book. Unjust is the shocking story of a father's 15-year journey in the pursuit of justice. Okay, y'all want to know what that is? I don't know.
Is that you?
That's me. Uh-huh.
This book is about you.
No, it's not about me. It's about me, but also about my daughter's mother and my daughter. It's about a 15-year story.
So this is basically a little bit about you
Yes.
and your daughter, and you felt that you was unjust.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
I was treated very unjustly, and so was my family, my daughter. There were arrests involved. The FBI was involved. It happened in Texas, in Chicago, in Atlanta, and the ending, which I will not mention the ending now, unless you ask me the ending. Then it just
Why
tells
would you
all
say
those
it like
things
that? You know our mind is going. What the hell, Gary? You gonna say this and then say, unless you ask me,
Oh, I thought
Gary.
he was gonna say he was writing the second part to the
That's what I thought. He said, unless you ask me. You know we nosy up here. You up here with women, man.
Yeah, you are.
You know? And he said it's a 15-year journey. It took you 15 years in
15
this journey
years, yes.
that you went through all of this. It all begins during a chance encounter in Dallas, Texas.
That's right.
Man, don't you know Dallas is the worst city to come to? They killed the president in Dallas. You supposed to be over here in Fort Worth. Fort Worth, man. This is a country town.
Well, I got my wife from Fort Worth, met her, so
Now you got your wife
it.
from Fort Worth? Okay,
That's right,
good.
she's from Fort Worth, that's right.
And she is beautiful. We're gonna have her to come up in a few too. All right, so all of this happened. It says Lauren Byrne is a highly sought after engineer and math teacher. Who is that?
That's my daughter's mother.
mother.
Okay, that's your daughter's mother. You see
Yes.
how he said that? That's my daughter's mother. We always say, that's my baby daddy. He put emphasis on that. That's my daughter's
He's trying to
mother.
make sure he's
Y'all can
saying it
use that, man, when we hard on her. That's my baby daddy. Okay, so that was your, so did she cause a lot of this too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, she did? Okay.
The mother, not the daughter.
No,
Mother.
the daughter's mother. Okay, you gotta say it like he said,
Yeah.
daughter's mother. Okay, so she did this. Is she still living?
No, she's not.
The mother not living, your daughter's mother not living?
No, she's not.
Okay, the daughter's still living, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay,
Oh,
is she
that's
here in
good.
Dallas too? or-
She's in Dallas. She's in college now, about to graduate.
Oh, really? What
praise
college?
God.
She's at UTD in Richardson.
Oh, okay. So you still in connection with your daughter?
Still, very much so.
Okay, good, okay. Now, so you wrote this book, and it's I'm gonna tell you how many pages it is.
You got it, pink line.
I know, he went through here and dissected his own book. He did, it's 210 pages. And so you went through all of this yourself. Is this what
I did.
helped you to deal with kids now?
It helped a great deal. Even though I always had a calling to help young people, I've been a youth pastor,
Okay.
had always cared deeply about young people. But this definitely propelled
Prepared you for
me
it.
to
Okay.
do this work.
Did you have to go to jail for it?
Oh, yes, I did.
You did?
How long did you stay in jail?
So
Oh, okay.
it
I
started.
mean, you don't have to answer if you don't
have
want
to
to.
No, I don't mind answering
Okay.
it because it's a testimony. This,
Okay,
this
well,
whole, the
tell
whole
it then.
book
Let me
is.
get my drink.
Because in 1999, I was living in Baltimore, Maryland. My mother was ill in Pittsburgh, Texas. Make a long story short, I meet Lauren in the book. She was lived here. We were actually at the horse track. As a Kappa party. Most of my friends were Kappas at the time, and so we're at a Kappa party, and I meet Lauren then, and my friend said, "Do not date her." I was single at the time, of course, and so I was.
He
interested.
said that quick.
Yeah.
The wife, he's like, no, I'm just playing with you. Okay, so these men told you.
Do not.
Do not mess with this woman.
That's right.
And
They
you
said it's something
disobeyed
wrong. They
them.
said
You
something
don't-
wrong with
Did
her.
you think that they was trying to keep you from her?
I did.
Okay.
Wow.
And so you gonna prove them that you could
That's
get her.
right. So I met her at that time. This was in March of '99.
Okay.
And then fast forward, we're dating whenever I came into the city from Baltimore. I would see her. And then I started seeing some signs in September, October that year. She said she was pregnant.
Okay.
And then after that, there were a series of things that happened where I had to call the police because she was stalking me, and we were at a Papados restaurant, and she wouldn't let me
Was
get
she
out of the
still
restaurant.
pregnant?
She was still pregnant. So I had to have her arrested. I had to call the police twice. She was arrested twice. And I meet with it's in October the same year, meet with a detective in Dallas PD. They said, please don't ever have contact with her again. She has some serious mental issues, and she'll kill you, she'll hurt you. Well, at that time, I, against the wishes of the police, signed the affidavit of non-prosecution, which basically is a document that says, I will not prosecute you as long as you don't have any contact with me ever.
Right.
Okay.
Well, after those two arrests, a few months later, I didn't hear from her, everything was calm. My mother dies, and then she shows up at my mother's funeral.
Oh.
After these two arrests, after they've had me not having contact with her, I hadn't seen her. This is 5-6 months later, and she shows up, makes a big scene
At the funeral.
at the funeral.
Good.
And this is all in the book, in the second chapter. And then things really go downhill quickly from there.
Where's the baby?
She was born in 2000. So my daughter now is 21 years old. Summer is her name.
Oh,
She's
Summer.
Sophia in the book.
Okay.
And so she was born that summer. But in between that time, there were 5 different arrests that I was arrested 5 times. And during that, in 2000, had never been arrested in my life. I don't live that life. I've never been. I get people out of jail, not going
Not
to
going
jail.
to jail.
Okay.
I hear you.
That's what I did for a living, is get people out of jail.
Now you in jail.
And so now I was in jail 5 times.
Wow.
And make a long story short, that after a while, she was an engineer at Texas Instruments. So she's an engineer and a math teacher later on.
Wow. She was very smart.
Oh yeah, but she paid a woman to. No, this is my daughter's mother. So she was at Texas Instruments, arrested twice. I get arrested 5 times, and
Why did you get arrested 5 times?
So she called and said that I threatened her. The first call was a phone harassment.
Terroristic threat.
It was a phone harassment at first, and you're exactly right. The second call was I was at my office on Martin Luther King Boulevard working with kids, and I get a knock on the door, Dallas Police Department. Are you Gary Ivory? Yes. They arrest me. I get out
In front of your kids.
in front of all my
No,
staff.
that's what I'm
everybody.
saying.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
So that's when you call that number from Medea, 1-800.
Medea, when you come down over there, Medea.
I was over here getting mad. I was going
Medea, I'm gonna put you off the show, Medea. He wasn't even thinking about that at that time.
Yes, he was. 1-800.
That's a good one. That's a
Now
good
we being
But
serious.
a
Come on,
phone
son.
harassment
That
turns
is
into
crazy.
a terroristic threat. So that Tuesday I was arrested. That Thursday I was arrested again. Go before the judge, and she says, "Weren't you here 2 nights ago?" I said, "Yes." She
The judge remembered you.
Oh yeah, her name is Judge. She's still a judge in Dallas. Judge Candace Carlson. She's in the book. She arrests me and puts me on $250,000 bail
Oh no.
in 1999.
Is this a black judge?
This is a white female judge in Dallas. This is 2000, I'm sorry, when this happened.
Yeah.
So she puts me, and there was a guy behind me who was sitting behind me. He said, I ain't gonna say what he said. He said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you better sit your down. She's gonna make your bail $1 million. And I'd never been arrested in my life. So all that fast forward, we go to court. The judge throws out the case because she paid, my daughter's mother, paid for another woman to go to court and say that she heard me threaten her.
Oh, wow.
That sounds
So it
like
was
my
dismissed.
life in Dallas.
So she paid another woman to come in and lie, and they found out it was a lie?
That they found out it was a lie. Her name is Patrice Tolbert. That's her real name. And she went to court, went to a deposition, and then a few weeks later, she gets I get out of jail. She comes to my office and is literally hitting herself in the stomach with my
Who is
daughter.
this?
She was 6 months old.
The mother.
The mother of your daughter.
Yes, hitting herself in the stomach and bleeding, and said that I did it. So I was arrested again.
Then.
Oh,
So,
come on.
and they released me. They had me take pictures of my hands and said, there's no way, which are my hands, I
Right.
played basketball in college. They said, no way you could have done that.
Yeah.
So they released me again. So that goes on throughout 2000. All
Did you
the
put a
charges
restraining
were
order
dismissed.
against her?
She put one against me,
And she
even though
doing
she
all
was
these
the one
visiting
doing
you.
it to me.
See, that's
You
when I
know,
was
and,
like,
and this is so good that
It's
Gary
not
is
funny,
showing
it's
this
sad.
because women, you know, we always look at it as women are being abused. That's sort of abusive.
that is
It
a
is.
That's abusive.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, women are only one that get abused like this. And he's actually, I see why you called it unjust. She really did abuse
Well, that's
you.
just the beginning. That's just the beginning. That's just 1 year of it. I mean, I don't have time to go through the
Yeah,
entirety
but you
of
went
it.
through this.
But I went through that all of 2000. Some of those all of those charges were dismissed.
Okay.
But still, she continued to fight. We were in family court, so it went from the criminal court to family court.
Oh, wow.
And then we went to therapists and did all this. I was trying to get custody of my daughter. And the judge at that time, Judge Brenda Green, who lost her office as judge, but she,
Were you excited about her losing?
no, I was trying to get custody of my daughter, and I didn't win custody. In fact, the judge decided, I went along with it through my attorney, it's okay for her to have custody. Because that time I wasn't married, I was traveling 150,000 miles a
Okay,
year.
so, yeah.
I just thought it'd get better,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
Well, it didn't get better, it gets worse. So after that, my wife, she threatened her. We were at a mall, Valley View Mall
Your
in
wife?
Dallas.
The wife right here.
Yes, she was my girlfriend at the time.
Okay, she was a girl, and y'all was at the mall.
We were at the Valley View Mall. This
She
in
snuck
2004.
up on y'all, huh?
So she was the one
She
that
went
called
there.
1-800
She
choking.
called the 1-800. You might need to come up here.
No, did you start removing your earrings? That's a black woman anthem. Yeah,
And the
and your heels, right.
Well,
So was she jealous because you had replaced?
she didn't want my girlfriend at the time to parent
Your
her.
child.
Right.
She didn't want to.
That's what
And so she went and filed 2 charges of attempted vehicular homicide against my wife.
What?
So the detective calls my wife in 2004, I think, 2003, and says, and this is Easter Sunday. I didn't preach that Sunday.
I know you
But
bad.
it was Easter Sunday, and then they didn't arrest my wife, my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, and so that started, and then they dismissed that. Her lawyer, I call her in the book, him in the book, her lawyer and her lover.
Wow.
Her lawyer was her lover, and he would file all kind of false charges, including false charges against.
How could it be a vehicle? Did she hit someone? Did you hit her? Did she say she hit her?
No, she said that during when Lisa, my daughter's mother, was reaching into the car, she said that Krista, my wife, was reaching out and tried to run
Reaching
into
out
her.
and touching her.
And tried to run her. But guess what? The detective had all of it on videotape. That's the good thing
Right.
about
That-
cameras.
yeah.
It was all on tape. So she comes to the detective Elke's office, and she said, "Ma'am, you want to tell me the truth
You know
about what
all
happened?"
These people, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it been
I had them all on
4 or 5
speed dial.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
the
yeah.
detective then finds out, and she says, "I lied and made all this up."
The detective?
The detective, she told the detective that
She lied.
She lied.
And made
Okay.
it.
My daughter.
So they
Yeah.
dismissed that.
They
case.
dismissed that case.
Oh wow.
There were 2 cases on that.
So while you was dating your girlfriend at that time, she was upset about that.
Yes.
Okay, so she didn't want Okay, so did you divorce her? I mean, how did the
No,
divorce?
we were
Y'all
never
never
married.
married.
We were
Oh, y'all
just
was
we were
married.
just
He like, don't
dating.
put that title on
Yeah.
me.
Oh, we were, you know.
She sounded like she had narcissistic
She had
tendencies.
to.
Well, you're exactly right. So in the book, and I talk a lot about untreated mental illness. This is really a book about untreated mental illness, right?
This is
So
interesting.
she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, BPD for short, which you've heard of that. There's not really
Yeah.
that many good treatments for it.
Was it similar to that movie Sybil, where the
No,
woman
it's
had the
different.
different personalities?
Well, I'm gonna get to that. No,
Okay.
she had also had similar to that. She had schizoaffective disorder, which is in the first cousin to schizophrenia. And the third thing was narcissistic personality.
personality.
Now later on, she would also act out different characters,
Oh,
and we think she may have had
Big
dissociative
time
identity
Yeah,
disorder.
yeah.
That's what a psychiatrist told me is that she probably had.
So she had a
dissociative.
lot of spirits in her
Yeah.
that you was trying to deal with and get away, and then those spirits tried to get on. Oh, she did. This is a spiritual thing.
Right,
He's a
right. Oh,
Christian
it is.
man.
Oh, yeah, very
So
much
she
so.
had all those spirits
That's
coming
right, that's
in
right, that's right.
and trying to interrupt your. And plus, was you a minister at that time, or?
I was a minister at the time. I was preaching sometimes. I wasn't a pastor at a church at the time.
And you
but
was
yes,
dealing
always-
with that, and then dealing with her, and you trying to preach to people in the
That's
pulpit,
right.
and you had all this here.
all of it.
You had all those
Bless you,
All of
baby.
it.
Bless
All of
you. I mean, that's a lot to deal with. You trying to
Yeah.
preach to
Yeah,
people,
you got a lot of
because you didn't know if
demons.
she was gonna walk
didn't.
in there in that congregation.
That's right.
That is.
Has she ever walked
has
into
she ever walked in
your?
there
You know, you need
No.
to make this book into a movie.
We're working on that.
This
We're
would be
working on that.
good.
We're working on
Because
that.
men need to
Yeah.
hear this.
We're working on
Okay, so now she. Oh, I mean, I'm just.
So was
You
she
can tell
upset
we're
that-
excited about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Was she upset that you didn't marry her? What?
Well, she was upset because we did have a child together. I didn't
Right.
expect to have a child outside of marriage, but
But
we
you
did.
were doing things that would get a child outside of marriage.
Right.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
But you
And I'm
still would
glad you
expect
said that because I think that's just being honest.
That's
and being
right.
fair.
That's being
That's
honest.
the truth.
But then you got pregnant. But they told you not to mess with that crazy
gave
woman.
you
Is that
right.
because
At
they
that
saw
time.
that? Is that because they
They-
saw that behavior?
They saw it. She was doing back bends on the dance floor,
They knew something was wrong.
and
with
everybody's like, "What is she doing?" and to be honest,
Oh, yeah. And then it be like, it's time for the percolator.
so I've analyzed. I really
Okay.
believe,
Wow.
and I've been in therapy about this. I believe I grew up in a very traumatic childhood, to say the
Okay.
least. A good family, but in a sense, we had a lot of issues. And so I think it was my own untreated stuff. I mean, like I said, in my growing up, I saw a lot of things as a child. So I think it was my untreated stuff that
Right.
attracted her to me.
Okay, that spirit.
That's why
attracted-
Yeah,
that spirit
yeah.
latched.
Okay.
So
That's
are
right.
you
So-
still fighting the system as far as like your background and stuff now? Or they
Did
can't
they
do anything?
expunge all that stuff? They never did get into that, right?
No, all of that was expunged.
Okay, it was okay. So after that, what happened after the baby? You got past all that.
Yes. So she was about 3 or 4 years old. I didn't have any contact with her. She moves to Houston. She's teaching school. Well, at about 2008, we got married in 2008, and so Christy and I did, not to Lori in the book. Okay, let me be clear. But we got married. I told my wife, I said, I want to make one last shot to try to help get my daughter.
Okay.
I found out she was living in Atlanta, couldn't find her. I hired 3 or 4 private investigators, couldn't find her.
Wow.
But God had a ram in the bush. He helped me to find her. Well, I went to Atlanta and spoke to a gentleman by the name of Buster Barnett, who happened to be an ex-NFL football player, paid for the Buffalo Bills. He was dating her. She always was attracted to wealthy men. So she always found men with money. I was probably the brokest guy she dated, right? But she found men with a lot of money. And so she was dating 2 NFL guys at different points.
Get outta here.
She
And
loved
so-
touchdowns.
So
Yeah.
she went, found him. She did the same thing to him that she did to me.
She got pregnant.
She didn't get pregnant,
She
but
abused him,
she
right?
abused
Yeah.
him. He had never been arrested. He got arrested, lost a lot of things over her. Things got worse to where she tried to blow up his car. She put a
Dang, she
lot of
sound like
Charmin
left
paper
eye.
up under the car and lit the Charmin paper. and tried to blow up his big body Benz. Just a lot horrible things.
What did she do
Charges
to the
were
other
out.
guy? You know, you're an interesting person. Keep talking.
She kept.
I mean, this.
She went.
I feel it because she got like 50,000.
Somebody say they loving you.
And she doing
They
good,
loving
and
it.
she's smart. And I'm over here. I think I got this one, but on a good day one. But I'm over here like, where is my life at? I should have. Yeah.
This is have and have not.
I
Come on,
know.
baby. Come on.
Okay,
I got
yeah.
So what she did to him, you asked what she did to him.
Yeah.
She tried to blow up his car. She harassed his wife. So they were teaching at the same school.
Wait. Back that train.
So he
back.
was married, messing
He was
with her?
He was
married,
married.
Messing with
her.
this woman.
Messing with this
Ooh, that was
woman,
dangerous.
Okay?
Oh my
That was
God.
dangerous.
That's like boiling that
And
rabbit
so-
in that water.
That's Medea.
So once that happens, she threatens the wife several
I'm pretty
times.
sure she did.
Told him, I'm dating your husband. He's my man. A lot of things, right?
Lord.
And so when that happens, it happens over several years.
My Lord.
So fast forward, I filed to get custody of her in 2011.
Okay.
So when I filed to get custody, I knew she was going to get on the run. Now, she's fluent in Japanese, I told you. She's fluent in Japanese.
Is this
She's
a
got
black
a
woman?
master's degree in mathematics.
Is this a
Yeah,
black
she's a
woman?
black woman. Oh
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. He said, oh, yeah,
Oh
okay.
yeah, oh yeah. So she was very smart, but very
Yeah.
mentally challenged. And I thought a lot of it. I talk in the book about her childhood because she
Yeah.
was severely sexually abused from
Yeah.
a very, very
Okay.
young
That
age.
had a lot to do with it.
You're reading there about how she was, at 9 years
got on
old,
her.
literally bit a girl, got in a fight with a girl, and she grew up in projects in Chicago. She bit a girl's lip off and spit it out on her mom's floor. I mean, it's all kind of things like this that happen throughout. Another thing that happened, just to give you another example of how severe this was, they were at a place getting a burger, meaning Lisa, Lord in the book, and she didn't like the way they fixed her hamburger. Little things could set her off. Well, she's in the drive-through. They mess with her burger. She goes into the store and said, "Who effed up my burger?" And the woman in the back, Hispanic woman, said, "I did, ma'am. I'll remake it." She jumped over the counter, gets the fish, the vat that cooks French fries, and pours it on the woman.
Oh, God.
Pours it on her. The woman was paralyzed and everything. But all these things happened, and there were no consequences. Okay,
She was
They
paralyzed
didn't
from
do
that.
she
anything.
was paralyzed from that. So these things happened.
How was she paralyzed for a thing to go over your head?
Well, because it was, think about it, that grease, I don't know, 4,
Was the
5,
grease
600.
hot?
Oh, it was French fry grease.
Yeah, French fry
Oh, yeah,
grease.
yeah, French fry grease, yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying,
snap.
paralyzed
Yeah.
her. So I found these things out years later through her sister. Her sister told me everything that happened.
Was her sister crazy?
So her mom,
I like the way Gary answered these questions.
her mom was, as you know, it's not a genetic link necessarily.
No, it's not.
But her mom was paranoid schizophrenic.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And her dad had a lot
So
of
her
other
sister
things
was
like that.
crazy.
You can't
Yeah.
have a
And
poker
her brother.
face. You know that?
No, he doesn't.
This is interesting.
So back to Atlanta. We're fighting for custody in
Right,
Atlanta.
with the baby. Okay.
She then runs. So we start fighting for custody in 2011. In May of 2011, I finally we're about to get custody. The judge said, well, before that happens, she was supposed to
Lord.
bring my daughter to court. And so we're in court in Atlanta, and she says, the judge asked her, where's Summer, my daughter, or Sophia in the book? And she said, well, she's in a camp in Michigan. The judge said, didn't I tell you to have her? She said, I'm gonna put you in jail until she shows up. She said, I'm judge, I lied, I'm sorry, she's in Atlanta. So she lied about that. It just gets progressively worse. Well, she goes on the run in May of 2011, and we can't find her. She comes back to Dallas and starts filing false charges against me again. At
You
that time,
living in Dallas at this time?
I'm living in Dallas at the time.
Okay.
So she filed more false charges. They didn't arrest me at this time on these false charges that she filed against me. But then after that happened, she does things like has my daughter saying, go in the kitchen. Well, my daughter was staying with me temporarily for a few days. And she told her to go into the kitchen, act like she burned her fingers on the stove
Oh, my Lord.
so that she could call CPS and CPS would
Right.
come in. So it was constantly traps being
You had
set.
to watch her. Watch.
Then CPS didn't do their job
Never.
because they even had me
Really
at one
don't.
time on neglectful supervision. which would simply be, as you all know, if you get, they can either say you had maltreatment of a child or
Right,
neglect.
right.
They said that I had neglectful supervision.
Right.
I meet
Yeah,
with the
I can
commissioner at the time, and they overturned that case because they found out, we're sorry this happened. So everybody's issuing apologies, but nobody's doing anything to
Think
stop
about
her.
it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So things progressively worsen. We filed for filing for custody. 2013, I go to Houston to get my daughter. Then I get a knock on the door from the police in 2013 and took her out of the home because she says that I had attempted to sexually assault my own daughter.
Bless your
Oh,
daughter.
wow.
My sister Brenda had told me years ago, she said, Gary, you gotta understand, she would do anything. I mean,
That's
anything.
right. That's right.
Well, once the detective gets involved, and the detective said, somebody's going to jail over making this allegation. The Detective Knott with the Cedar Hills Police Department, she's still there to this day. She said, somebody's going to jail. A week later, Lauren is at the school trying to get Summer out of school. At that time, we have her with us. She tries to get her out, and they arrest her for filing false police reports because they know she made this up about my sexual abuse of my own daughter.
Right.
At that time, then things started going in our favor. We eventually get custody. But then after we get custody, she was trying to be at our house. By the way, I forgot about the part, and this is the most fascinating part about this, is that this is how the FBI got involved. So she came to the house and kidnapped our daughter. In the custody papers, it said you can never have contact with Summer, our daughter, unless you have supervision, because they didn't trust, they knew mentally she was really mentally ill.
Right.
Well, she comes, I'm not there, Christy's there, and she gets her, runs with her. There's an Amber Alert. You all probably saw the Amber Alert. This is back in 2013. It's a nationwide Amber Alert. FBI gets involved. They find her outside of Chicago, Illinois, where a lot of her family lives. She was hiding at her friend's, a pastor who's a cousin of hers. He pastors a church, Pastor John. He was hiding her at his apartment. FBI goes to the apartment. She's hiding in the closet, and then they arrest her. She stays in jail 3 to 4 months.
Stay in jail.
They arrested her in Indianapolis, the FBI did. She stays there for a few weeks. They transfer her back
There
to
was no
Dallas.
kidnap charges against her?
There was kidnapping and interference with child custody. At that time, we go to trial. Before we go to trial, they accidentally released her from jail. So we have police escort again. We had police constantly stationed at our house, escorting my daughter back and forth to school. Because they thought she was going to come and kill all of us several times. So at this time, then the FBI, the U.S. Marshals get involved. They find her. We then go to trial. She's convicted of kidnapping. Then after she's convicted of kidnapping, the judge releases her. And the judge, and I pleaded with the judge, please don't release her.
Why did the judge release her?
The judge said that she was a very liberal judge, and she said I don't believe in having people in jail unless they really need to be in
Hell,
jail.
why is she on the judge then?
That's it. That's what I was saying.
I'm
Okay, it's gonna
sorry.
be all right, baby.
So they release her. She gets out and does two things. She runs back to Atlanta with the boyfriend. She comes to our house
Is this
trying
a
to
second
survive.
NFL player?
No,
Because what happened to him?
he was just somebody behind the scenes that she was. I didn't find out about him till after the way it ended happened.
Boy, you got a good story.
So
We ain't got
I
but
can just
5
sit
minutes.
here and
We're going to have to do a
just
part 2.
You ain't
Yeah.
kidding.
Let it finish, let it roll on out.
Huh?
Let it roll on out.
Well, we can do a part 2 right quick. But
Yeah.
so can we do a part 2? Can we do a
Would
part
you?
2?
Oh, I'm fine. Yes, I can. I'm open to
good,
that.
because I'm nosy.
We gonna close this out, and then we
nosy.
gonna just tape. Y'all, we gonna just tape another one right after this one, okay? Cause we want to hear part 2.
What
on
happened
this.
to Texas Instrument?
Oh, we can keep going? Okay, he said keep going, then we gonna do it to produce. Okay, so now you going through all of this here.
Yes.
Now, what happened? Did you ever get custody of her?
So I did get custody of her.
Okay.
And after I got custody, that's when the kidnapping happened. She was convicted. Once she's convicted, the judge releases her. Now, they had a psychiatrist look at her, and they said she was homicidal and suicidal.
Your daughter.
Now, we all know, no,
No,
my
the
daughter's
mama.
mother. Now, you know, when they say homicide, that means you'll kill somebody
That's
or
right.
you'll kill yourself.
Self.
Or you kill them and then kill
And
That's
yourself.
it.
yeah.
Well,
Homicide, suicidal.
you must have some prophetic tendencies because the way that things go in the book, she gets progressively worse, and she gets didn't get arrested after the kidnapping charge. Goes back. This is in 2015. She goes back to Atlanta, does some horrible things to her boyfriend. She's still threatening the wife. So the wife then that she was dated said Buster told her, the boyfriend tells her in Atlanta, I'm going to go back to my wife. I don't want to be with you any longer.
Oh, God, that's the worst thing you
That's
just
the
saw.
worst
Yeah.
thing he could have done.
So the minute she says that, he was at a school campus when he said this, and when the minute that she said that, she goes to the wife's home, has handcuffs that she bought, has a gun that she kept all the time. She takes her, puts the gun in her face, puts her in the car. They can't find her. She's on the run. She goes from Atlanta. She tries to go get another woman that the man was dating that lived in Mississippi.
So she got the wife now.
And she's got the
with
wife in her handcuffed.
her cuff.
And she drives through Alabama trying to go to Mississippi to get another woman that the man was dating.
Okay, question. Stop that train right there. Where in the heck did this heifer get all this money and stuff?
So she was a school teacher making,
Yeah.
at that time, 70-some thousand a year.
Yeah. Plus
She
she
was
was
getting,
dating, yeah.
I was paying
You was
$1,400 a
paying
month
For child support. Right.
Oh, so she just
plus
racked
was
up.
She just
getting
racked it
money
up.
from the man, too. Okay, I'm gonna get back. Okay, now what happened now? Okay, go back to
So
the
she's
part where-
kidnapped. the
Okay,
wife.
she
This is
kidnapped.
all on the news in Atlanta and multiple states. There was APB put out 4 helicopters above and everything. They're running. She's on the run. She tries to get this other man's wife because she felt as if she always wanted to get rid of the woman to get the man.
Right.
So just like she wanted
That
to
was
get
some
rid
dumb
of my
thought
wife,
thinking.
Christy, girlfriend at the time, so she could have me, she wanted to get rid of Buster's wife and his other girlfriend.
Dang, Buster
And
was doing too much.
So she goes there. The wife not the wife, Buster calls,
His girlfriend.
not the girlfriend. The girlfriend wasn't there. The husband answers the phone and says,
Wait.
Look, stop. We trying to get you.
I know we're trying to get to the point here. I understand that. Okay, Buster
Is married.
is married.
Got a girlfriend
and the
on the
girlfriend
side.
is married.
He got 2 women
So
on
he
the
got
side.
2 women that's
yeah,
married.
that's right. So he talks to the husband and says, don't answer the door if she comes to your house because he's going to kill your wife, who I'm sleeping
Lord,
with, by the way.
This is crazy.
So,
So he called the husband and did that.
yes. So
And
she
he told him
makes
he was
an
sleeping with
effort
her.
to get the other woman too. She would kill both of them, okay? So she wasn't able to get her. But she drives around for over a day with her in the car.
With the woman in the car.
With her in the
And
car, handcuffed. They're going in and out of different stores. Now,
Oh, at least she feeding them.
she was doing, like they went in different convenience
But they
stores, like
handcuffed.
7-Eleven. But she took the handcuffs off of her when she
Okay,
went into
go
the
in,
store.
Okay.
The woman was so afraid of her that she
I'm afraid
didn't
of her.
call the police or anything because she was afraid she would do something to her.
Yeah.
So then things get worse, and she's called her daddy. She's calling Buster Barnett on the phone while she's panicking. And the way it ends is that she ends up, there was a high-speed police chase. The police have guns locked down on her.
Like Medea.
And at that time, she shoots the woman in the mouth and kills her.
Oh, wait a minute. She killed Buster's wife?
No, she kills Buster's wife.
Oh, my God.
And then she kills herself.
Oh,
And that's
no.
the way.
That's how she ended up
that's
dying.
how it all. Yeah.
Oh, so you was able to get your daughter.
So I was able to get my daughter a few years before that.
Okay, so you had your daughter
Yes.
before all this happened.
But the way I found out about it,
Oh,
we're at
gosh.
home on a Thursday night. It's in June of 2015, and my daughter comes running to the room. We're in the bed about 10 o'clock at night and says, "Daddy, my mama's dead." I said, "What? That's not true." They said they got her body on a picture of her body on the internet, on Facebook. Some of her cousins, somebody got a picture of it because she had killed herself and nobody was claiming the body and all that. So they ended up having it. That's how my daughter found out about it.
Oh, so how's your daughter now?
She's doing well. I mean, she has clearly some emotional scars from that, but she's doing well in school, majoring in psychology, and you know, has fared pretty well.
Does she
Okay,
think
Shayla said, don't tell the ending.
she just did?
Shayla
He
said, don't
just
tell
did.
But that's okay, because we still excited
It's
about,
still
okay, so
details to read.
now that all this happened, you married, can you come up, wife? You don't want to come up?
Come on, wife.
You don't want to wait?
You know.
I mean, you can just come up and say something, can't you?
Come back. Because this is a virtuous
Come on,
woman right here.
That's right.
Yeah, you're a virtuous
Hey,
woman.
come over. You beautiful.
Oh, you look pretty. Come on, get her a chair, y'all. Get her a chair.
Come on over here.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Okay, can I ask a question? Do your daughters ask you maybe, do you feel like maybe she would be like her mother? Because, you know,
Schizophrenic
because
and all
she's
that.
schizophrenic.
Yeah. So, as you know, there can be a genetic link.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't have anything serious like that. But that was something that she was concerned about. I was a little bit concerned about it, and we were going to stick through it
Right.
regardless
But
of
you
what.
know, but the good thing
But yes,
about it,
that was a-
you are a Christian minister. You can pray those demonic spirits
That's right.
off. You
That's
don't
right.
even have to accept that
Right.
in that. You don't
That's
even
right.
have to claim it that she's gonna get that or whatever. So who is this young lady here?
This is my lovely wife, Christy, who's been with me through all these years, through all these ups and
We got
downs.
to give her a hand and stuff, you know. So
This is a
Christy,
virtuous woman
she
right
is. So Christy,
Tell us.
how did you feel when all this was going on? Did you ever think about, I'm gonna leave Gary, I don't wanna take this bull, you know? I mean, did that ever thought come in your mind? I mean, just be honest with us, Christy.
Yes.
Christy, yes.
I mean, when
think about
the
it.
allegations, when
Yeah.
the arrest came, we separated because that was like, wait, that was too much.
Yeah, it was too much for you to deal with. And then, what about, did she ever threaten your life face to face or?
We had a
Come on, Christy, now. Did you pull your earrings off?
yes, I
Your
did.
shoes off,
Yeah,
Christy?
I did. So I mean, people like that, you kind of have to stand up to them.
Right.
So we had, you know, some little
But you
run-ins.
look so innocent.
What part of
Christy,
Florida you
Christy don't even look, she don't say anything. Christy don't look, now those are the dangerous ones right there, 'cause Christy ain't gonna take it.
so-
like, I'm cute,
But
but
I tell
don't
you
get
what
me
is it?
Yeah, tell us again.
Well, we were in Atlanta at a mall, because we went several times to Atlanta to get to see Summer, to
Okay.
visit her before we had
Okay.
custody. Well, we came there to Greenbrier Mall, and she had a camera. She'd always keep a camera and videotaping. So when she was doing that to me, Christy just came down videotaping her back. And I was just like, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen, because I thought all hell was going to break loose. But it didn't, but she was standing her ground, you know,
That's
because
good.
she's really intimidating to most people.
Okay.
She intimidated police. They were afraid of her.
I can
The
see
police
why.
were afraid of her.
I can see why they was
Yeah.
afraid
When
of her.
when the Amber Alert happened, we got calls from around the country with people saying she was in classroom, 'cause I told you she was a math genius, that she had cussed out students and parents and threatened them.
Wow.
Like one of the things in the trial, my daughter tells the story of when one time Lisa got really upset with her, and she made her go to the bathroom and get feces out of the bathroom and put it on her face and stuff like that. She put her in bags, plastic bags, and go to Lowe's, because my daughter was tall like me, but skinny. She
Oh,
put
really?
her in plastic bags that she couldn't get out of and start stabbing at the bags.
That's towards your daughter.
To my daughter,
Wow.
saying that I'm gonna send your head to Texas and put your arms in Georgia.
So your daughter
So-
was scared of her, right?
Oh yeah, everybody was scared of her.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
You was
teachers,
scared of her, too?
administrators,
Were you scared of her, Gary?
Yeah, I was a little bit scared. I didn't act like it, but I was scared.
It's like
Except for one. She
Yeah.
won't scared right
Yeah,
here.
if you give them that same reaction back, they're like, wait a minute now, okay, I'm gonna not mess with you. I'm gonna go and leave you alone
Yeah.
for a minute.
Wow.
It's like not saying you crazy, but you know how they say crazy recognize crazy.
Kristen said she was gonna play it
Like,
cool.
don't make the Riverside come out.
Wow.
He always had faith that nothing would happen to
Yeah.
us. I don't walk like that, so. I
You
mean,
ain't gotten to that point
Yeah,
where
I
you had
wasn't
that
there
kind of
yet,
faith
no.
now. So were you watching over your back like that?
Well, I was telling her, I said, listen, God has a hedge of protection
Yes,
around
he
us.
does.
He
Yes.
did.
And
Yes.
no harm is going to come
Not
to
to
us.
us. That's
I
right.
believe
That's
that.
faith.
Not
That's
harm
right.
didn't come to us.
That's right.
I spent a few days in jail, things like that. That was dismissed. Went through a little problem where I had a drinking problem. had to respond, because I was, at some point, some people
Let
weren't
me ask you
believing.
this, did
So,
you ever think about killing her?
No, I never thought about it.
did, and I'm
I didn't
She
think
did, I know she did.
No, but you know who I wanted, I just didn't want to do harm to him. But the person who I really put at fault even more than Lisa, is her attorney and lover, her lawyer and lover, Marcus Norman, who's her attorney.
Why didn't you just get the book?
Because he kept, in Texas and Georgia,
Right.
kept filing false motions.
Right.
Keeping her
right.
doing this. She
Right.
extorted Buster Barnett out of money. She wanted a new car. Well, he tells her what to do. He says, well, just go there, just act like he hit you and all that kind of stuff, and then threaten, and he did, and he went to jail. So he got the money.
Well,
She
is
got
it-
the money that he wanted.
Well, is
that she
Buster
wanted.
still living?
He's still living, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is Marcus from East Texas?
No, he's from Oklahoma.
Oh, 'cause I was like, I know Marcus. No, I'm not. But he in jail now, so.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long you all been married?
Since 2008.
2008. That's what, 14?
Yeah, going on 14
You know we
years.
can't
That's right.
ask. Shoot. Don't be a big deal.
Try to make us laugh, shoot.
Gosh, Gary, so I can see why you named this unjust.
But let me tell you the other reason I call it unjust is because the system, I call it system failure.
Right, right.
All the
Yeah.
systems that
Yes.
should have protected
Yeah.
us and our daughter didn't.
yeah,
Now, the
Summer
Cedar Hill Police Department at the end did.
especially.
But CPS didn't do what it was supposed to do because they had looking at neglect. Even after they kidnapped my daughter, they were trying to come and say that we did something wrong by allowing her to get kidnapped. How can we stop her from being kidnapped when
That's
somebody
right.
has a gun? You know, so CPS failed. The Dallas Police Department initially failed because they didn't do what they should have done. The district attorney's office failed because the judge failed. The psychologist who the judge in our family custody, they failed. Just all these school systems
It's a
failed.
black issue also. I mean, we can't forget that. We
Yeah.
were black, so they didn't take us seriously.
Right,
I mean, that has
Yeah.
something to do with it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
okay. So, I mean, this is interesting because I've never heard a story like this before for a man to be in that position. It's usually women that's being abusive. And this is a good book. You all need to get, how can they get your book?
They can get it on Amazon. It's on all Apple Books, Barnes and Noble, Walmart. They all carry the book.
Okay. So I know we get ready to close, but let me ask you this. How are you now, mentally? How are you mentally?
Mentally.
Thank you for asking. I'm in a good place.
Okay, good.
It took me a while after
Right.
the ending. You know, by the way, we did, and Christy allowed us to do this because I wouldn't have done it if my wife
She
had
is
said we
so
couldn't do it.
sweet.
But we did the thing, even though she had harassed us, done all these things, we did a balloon release at Prayer Mountain, and we did a memorial service at our home
For who?
For the mother.
for the mother.
Oh,
I just wanted
Christy.
closure
Yeah.
for Summer. She
That
needed
was so
closure.
sweet
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
she had
So
been
we
connected.
always have wanted to do that, but as far as psychology, I'm in a good place.
That's good.
But it took a year to even think that she was really dead. Yeah.
Nightmares, any?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is stuff that you
It's
go through
trauma,
with
trauma,
mental
trauma.
illness and health, because that's a lot to drama to come in on a man, because men supposed to be so strong, you know, they shouldn't go through these things. And I'm so proud of you sharing this story, because other men need to hear this, because
most
if
men
you're
don't
going through
report it.
something like this,
Right.
you need to be able to share it. It's not saying that you're not a man because you, I supposed to hold up and all this, like they say a man ain't supposed to cry and all that bull crap. But this is awesome.
So whatever happened to that Buster guy? I mean, like, were you friends with him?
Yeah,
No?
he did. I
mean-
did talk with him a lot because he helped me. Even though he was dating her, he helped me to get access to Summer before I had custody.
Well, I mean, with him realizing that his wife was killed because of his act.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I hadn't talked to them since then.
I bet he's
That's
really
wild.
going through something, because he probably
Yeah,
blaming
and
himself.
he was sued. A lot of things happened to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Why was
yeah,
he sued?
Bad things. Because some people said that he may have had something to do,
Yeah.
that he may have known that she was going to kill his
Do
wife.
that. Yeah.
Because he got had $1 million, a very expensive policy, well over $1 million.
How old was the policy? When did he get it? Do you
That's
know
a
when
good
he
question. I don't
taken
know. I don't know.
Oh, okay. We had to accumulate. When did he purchase that?
She's good at this. She's good at that.
So even with all the red flags, if you will, you still knew that he was supposed to be your husband.
Yes, actually. I mean, you know how you pray for things? He was
Right.
everything I prayed for. Yeah, initially, after
all the stuff.
yeah.
Look at her face. You
I need
can
her
still
to be
see
in
the
my
love
family.
in her
She's like
face.
that.
Somewhere.
How she just look at him with that beautiful smile. Yes, he's the man for
He
me.
can walk outside and just feel like,
You know, because we talk a lot about red flags. When you see red
That's right,
flags,
when you
see
before,
red
but
flags.
you saw red flags that could have harmed you,
Really.
Yeah.
but you.
But you stuck in there with him. You said y'all separated.
Because, I mean, I had
for a
been
little
married
while.
before, and
Okay.
he was always good to my daughters. And,
Okay.
I mean, I knew he'd be a good dad,
Yeah.
so I was stuck in there with him. I didn't know it was going to be all of this. But, I mean,
So
it
how
was
long
worth
did y'all have to
it.
separate?
How long were we separated? About
Couple of years, 2 or 3 years.
But did
Now,
y'all
before
stay
we
in
got married, we were
contact?
dating.
Yeah.
We were dating. Yeah.
Did y'all stay in contact
We
during the
did.
separation?
Yeah, we did.
So that was just to
But you were
be on the
married.
safe
But
side.
Right.
when we were dating, we separated.
Oh, we
Yeah, we were dating.
That
We were
was
dating.
not-
Yeah, not we were
okay.
married. Yeah, we were dating.
So what would you tell somebody that you may be going through this, Gary? What would you share
nobody's
with
going
them
through
on
Yeah.
Facebook and YouTube?
Well, first I would say is never give up on your children or your child. You know, just don't give up on your child. And I just think that's so important. The second thing is that when you're going through this, there sometimes just don't react, don't overreact. If we had reacted, she did so many things that could have harmed us and everything.
Really.
But we didn't overreact. I didn't take vengeance out on her. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord.
That's
So I
right.
don't
That's
believe
right.
in taking vengeance out on anybody.
Right.
And so
Let him do
don't do that. And then, you know, it's so important. I went through so many lawyers. If you get a lawyer, get somebody who really knows what they're doing.
That's good.
Now I say
That's
I
good.
know God deliver us from this situation, but good lawyers do help too.
Yes.
You know, when
And
you're
God
going
will
when you're
give
going
you
through
the
this
one to go
situation.
to.
But just don't give up on your
That's
children.
good. So, okay, and you say y'all think about doing a movie, or y'all working on one?
We're working
Trying to
on
work
getting a movie production done. When this happened, there was some interest in, because there were so many TV stations around our house when she killed herself, and
Yeah.
before that, and kidnapping everything. So we're going to get it. There's
That's good.
already a documentary out that somebody else tried to do about her, but they didn't have the full story, because they know how severe this was. This is just not normal.
this is a lifetime movie.
This is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
says.
That's what
That's it.
somebody
That's
on
it.
here
Yeah.
said, it's a lifetime story.
But it's actually
Tyler
better
Perry
than Lifetime
had-
because it's,
Well, we're gonna get Tyler Perry, we get it to TJ, we get it to all the big,
Yeah.
big names, Lee Daniels and all those folks.
That's
and hopefully out of
good.
that.
I'm so glad we got him on the show, y'all.
Yeah.
That's
be in this
awesome.
movie.
This is
What part you
awesome.
gonna play?
I could be the crazy one,
She's
but
an
I'm gonna do a twist at the end. But
Yeah,
like,
she is an
Yeah,
actress.
she
She's
is
an
an actress. She's been in a lot of plays.
Like I found
Okay.
Gosh, this is so awesome. I know we went over, but we just could not stop. This was awesome, and thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Christy, for being
Thank you.
up
Thanks
here and
for
being
having
so
us.
supportive.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
she's
us.
so pretty.
I mean,
I've
she has
never
a
sat
beautiful
on the edge of my
spirit.
chair like this, just waiting. I'm like, oh, come on, get some in.
I just wanted to keep on.
I know. I just wanted to
And
know.
you, she be ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
I just want to know what happened at Texas Instrument. They cut you off. You said she was working there and she was about to do something.
So she was working there, and I went to her job one time, and after she paid the woman who worked there, Patrice Tober, to go to court and lie, they immediately fired her. And I had people time saying, you need to sue Texas Instruments. I never did. I don't believe in suing folks. But in retrospect, I probably should
Should
have,
have.
because
have.
I had over $200,000 in legal fees. Over $200,000.
I mean, because you have to look at the fact that her line stopped this one from going to prison.
Yeah.
And so her line is the reason that these, I don't know if that wife had kids or they had kids. They don't
But
have
not
their
she a
mother
mother no
anymore.
more. Over
You know,
there.
so you have to stop. I know vengeance is mine, said the Lord.
Thank God, because Linda be there got her. Oh, but thank you so much, Gary, for sharing this story. Unjust, you all. And you can find the book on Amazon and anywhere else.
Yes, anywhere else, Walmart.
Walmart? Oh, wow. Walmart, Amazon, and all. I'm going to have to go get
Yeah.
this.
I am too.
I'm
But
gonna bring you a
God.
couple copies.
Okay, this is awesome. And thank you, Rodney, for introducing us to Don't you start, Tam.
No,
Thank
don't
you,
do it,
Rodney.
Tam.
Thank you, Rodney. Rodney, you sent us a good one. I tell you, I love it. I love it. This is I think the longest we ever stayed on the show. But thank you all, Facebook and everything. You want to do a quick thing, Kim?
If they come with me,
Oh,
I'm gonna say, come on, ladies, come on.
oh, you gonna let them?
Go ahead. Put this on.
Come on, put the music on. She gonna show Chrissy we are a mess, ain't we? She is so pretty. Look, go, girl, go, there you go. Chrissy, wait, Chrissy, come back, Chrissy. I like your shoes. Just let me show your shoes. I like your shoes. Oh, those shoes are so pretty. There you go. I like that. We got Chrissy out of that shell. All right, Kimberly, that is. You didn't get your mic, Kim. Tell what you got.
And your high mark, my Zara shoes.
Your only priority.
I'm my only priority. Come on, Tam.
I can't suck in right now. I'm gonna let you have this.
Christy has on her Prada belt. Yes.
This is from Astro. I only ordered from Astro because a lot of people can't afford Astro. So I can be the only one wearing this here. And two, I want you to see the book. I'm carrying the book, Unjust. Where's Gary? Come on, Gary. She all right. She good. Come on. We gonna close out. Come on. We're just closing out, standing up. Come on, Chrissy. Chrissy, come on. Yeah, I know we gonna bring you out. Come stand right here, Chrissy. Stand right here. You're so pretty. Okay, this is Chrissy. This is Gary, the author of Unjust. You all, please go to Amazon, Walmart, get this book and hear the story. You only got a taste of it. It's anointed by God. And just to hear all the things that he experienced, he doesn't look like what he's been through. Neither one. This is an awesome couple up here. And again, if you have a testimony or a book that you would love to come on the Talk of Life talk show with Elma, please check me out at www.elmatalkshow.com, and we would love to have you come and share just like Gary and Christy did. And may God bless you and keep you. Gary, thank you for sharing. Thank you, Christy. Look how tall he is over her. Wow. All right, until we see you face to face, may God bless you and keep you. Yay!